Hi, I'm standing outside the Ulster Museum, which has been closed for almost 3 years now, while a massive £17 million refurbishment project has been carried out. They're getting towards the end of that project now, and the museum is set to reopen in October. In the meantime, let's go inside and have a sneak preview of some of the work that's been going on.
But you're right at the top of the building now, so where you are now is where the old roof was, so all this space here has been created as a result of the project. So you get a good sense of the various walkways as you come up and the viewing points, and from all of these various places you can access the galleries, into the history galleries and into the science galleries and so on. So there are lots of different ways of engaging with the collections physically.
Well, so far we've raised about £17 million for what is a major transformational project in a museum. The original museum was built in 1929. And there she sat in Botanic Gardens for all of that time until 1972, when the big concrete extension was opened. And that was fabulous back in those days. People got out of school to come and see the Girona treasures on display for the first time and the wonderful new extension. So now we're in the third phase of this museum's development. And later this year, at the end of October, we'll be opening our remodelled building after very extensive renovations. We've been seeking to really change the whole feel of the building so that it feels more accessible to people, that people find it more welcoming. Museums can have a sense of being a bit dusty and a bit austere, and we want it to be really engaging for the 21st century. So that sense of opening up the whole building, opening up the spaces with this fantastic atrium area and these walkways which punch into all of the galleries. And it's very bright and it's very modern. We've also placed a lot of emphasis, as well as having fantastic spaces to show off our collections, on our visitor facilities, and having good cafe and restaurant and cloakroom facilities, on the shop area, on the whole relationship outside with the Botanic Gardens, because they are a fantastic park as well.
This is an area that we have termed Discover Nature. It's one of 3 such discovery areas within the building, one dedicated to art, one dedicated to history, and this area dedicated to nature. As you can see, the backdrop of Botanic Gardens positions this particular space very well, and it allows us to engage in some activities actually using the garden to explain about nature. The whole idea behind these areas is to allow visitors to engage more with collections and to understand and learn more about collections through exploration, interactivity, and actually touching objects.
And Tim, the museum's been closed for 3 years, but I understand during that period of time you got extra money.
When we started the project and closed the museum 2.5 years ago, it'll be closed for 3 years by the time we reopen. We had £11.5 million stacked up, which wasn't easy in itself to get that kind of money. But we've kept on fundraising since then, and we always had the objective of expanding the project if we managed to get additional money. So you get the chance to do this once in a generation, and we wanted to make sure we did a really fabulous transformational project which would put Belfast and Northern Ireland on the map in terms of having a fantastic museum destination for many years to come.
John, what were you actually trying to capture with this massive project?
Well, it started really from small beginnings, because the building was extremely dated and unsuitable for modern visitors and for modern exhibitions. And obviously the building itself needed a major refurbishment. But as part of that, we have upgraded all of the exhibition galleries, reinterpreted the collections as part of that, and created wonderful new spaces on the ground floor for the public, because visitors nowadays expect to have the best possible facilities, including museum restaurants and a museum shop. And we have greatly improved the visitor circulation space by creating a new central orientation area that people come into right from this new front terrace area.
So it was a very exciting and challenging project to be involved in.
It was that, because the refurbishment or renewal of an old building, and I mean this is a building in 2 halves, as you can see. There's the early neoclassical front, and then there's the extension that was added in the 1970s. And what we've really tried to do is to modernise and upgrade the interior. So it was challenging. A new build is more straightforward, but we're very proud of what has been achieved.
And the museum's due to reopen in October, and admission's going to be free?
Absolutely, in these credit crunch days that must be good news for everybody. We are funded largely by the Department of Culture, Arts and Leisure, and it supports our policy of free admission at this museum. So it's going to be a spectacular place to come, and we hope that both our old users will come and see what we've done. We hope they'll be pleased with it. It is different, but we hope they'll be pleased with the quality of it. And we hope also that people who haven't come to the Ulster Museum from all around Northern Ireland, indeed all around the world, will come and try it out for themselves.